So, greetings, and here we are, ready for our first attempt. So, a few things have changed. I got rid of the helpful aid down here. Wait, you can't see my mouse. I got rid of the helpful aid in the bottom left corner, and I've instead replaced it with a timer. Timer can do this. Look at that. It's a very simple program. It's called LiveSplit. I'll put a link to it. It's my personal favorite timing software, but you can use whatever you want. It's just a timer. Other thing, I am on console this time instead of emulator. I like to play on console wherever possible. But we're ready to give it a go. Now, I don't expect much from this run, because this run is really a test of how much can I remember from what I learned, because it's been 2 days since I last practiced. And instead of warming up, which is what you should do, I decided just to jump straight into it. And there's a reason for that. Timing on console is going to be slightly different than timing on emulator because of how your television renders the image at a different speed than your computer renders the image. Renders probably the wrong word, but you know what I mean. There's different input delay because the controllers are different. The pictures are drawn at a different speed, etc., etc. So learning timing cues on emulator doesn't help that much if you're going to switch to console. If you're going to stick on emulator, then fine. You can learn everything on emulator in great detail before you start. But for me, I like to switch over to console as soon as possible, because this is where I want my muscle memory and my visual cues and stuff to be taken from. Anyway, I'm blabbing, and I realised I've forgotten to do something. Okay, we're back. So the thing I forgot to do was to do with my timer. So when you're speedrunning a game, you need to know exactly when to start the timer and when exactly to stop the timer. Because if you just do it as and when you feel, then obviously it's not going to be comparable with other people's attempts. So for this particular game, you have to start the timer as soon as you gain control of Mickey, and people have calculated that is exactly 3.1 seconds after you press the start button when you're hovered over player, like I am in this menu. So rather than trying to react to seeing Mickey's first frame of movement, which is impossible for a human, what we can time it with is when we press the button ourselves. So I'm simultaneously going to press the start button on my controller and the start split button on my keyboard to start them both simultaneously, and the timing will work out because somebody's already calculated it for us. Right, explanation over. Let's have a look at this car crash. Expectations are low. I'll be going for some of the more simple strategies, I think. We'll give this a go. Okay, I'll take that. That's not bad. Oh, but that was a pretty good first screen. I'm happy with that. I knew there was no way I was getting that first time, but that's okay. I'm now praying that I remembered that it's 4 petals you need here. Yes, it is. For a moment there, I thought maybe it was 5. Still don't know when's the earliest I can leave this spider. I really need to find that out. Also, I need to land that jump. I see, when it comes to doing real runs of the game, a mistake like that on the seesaw would be a reset. It's so early into the run, I don't mind resetting there. and I lost a lot of time on it. But this run is not about setting a record, it's not about setting a PB, it's not about anything. It's about practice. So long as I come away from this run having practiced and improved and learned which areas I need to focus on, anything like that is a benefit. You cannot go into a speedrun expecting to do well. You have to go into a speedrun expecting to learn how to do better. Look at that, a motivational speaker. Wait, you don't usually come this side, do you? I didn't know he could come at different sides. Ooh. This is a problem of practicing from a save state. So in my practice runs I was using a save state and the spider always came from the top right to the bottom left in the second wave, second cycle. That's because a save state holds everything in memory, including the RNG values, whatever it's using to determine randomness, is held as part of the save state on the emulator. So now when I'm playing on console, things are happening that I didn't think could happen, because I've completely reset the RNG. A little confusing, but it's good to see these things and be aware of them, because now I can... Well, now I won't be so surprised by it next time, and perhaps I can have a strategy for if he appears on the left, and a strategy for if he appears on the right, and I can react accordingly, etc, etc. I didn't go up anywhere near early enough. Losing time on an auto-scroller, look at me go. If you're in any doubt, it's absolutely unacceptable to lose time on an auto-scroller. There is no excuse for it. But don't worry, that's just the first auto-scroller. We'll lose time on the second one. Third one? Third one. I knew I was going to die there. I knew it. 100% I knew it. That's better. That's less good. Obvious mistakes there, I don't need to point those out, right? But that's okay. Always keep going. When you're doing your first runs, your runs which are essentially just practicing to get some times under your belt, always keep going. Don't think, oh no, I died, let me give up, let me go back to the start. Because if you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to become very, very experienced and well practiced at the start of the game, and you're going to have no experience at the end of the game. And then, when you finally do get that really good run, and you're 10 seconds ahead, and you're about to set the best time you've ever set, you're going to get to the end levels, and you're going to go, ah, I've only done this level twice, I don't know what I'm doing. And you're going to lose it all. What a play that was. So, yeah. You need practice at the end of the game as well. When you're going for world records, then we reset whenever there's a mistake. But early on, no, we're just here for experience. A lot of wasted time here because I clipped a lot of walls. Also, I touched the floor there, which yeah, that loses time. I remember Mint saying that. Good old Mint. He doesn't know I exist, but he is my mentor now. I am suitably scared of getting through this level. I was supposed to jump that. Okay, that's how we refill our HP? Nope. We're using a continue in the middle of a speed run. It's fine. Just don't panic. Just keep it going. Remember, 16 minutes is our target time to get to. It's not our target for the first run. Our target for the first run is to beat the boss. Preferably faster than I did in my Let's Play. If it's slower than the Let's Play, then we got an issue. You see, what this is showing me is that I'm always going to be low HP at this point. So nailing this cave is very important. This is always going to be a high pressure moment of the speedrun. I can do that for safety. This one I need to jump, just a late jump. There we go, lovely. Okay, a bit risky here, a bit risky. Didn't clear the water. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe I should have got that sweet up there for an extra hit point. Evidently I should have. I need to get into the habit of that ledge jumping. I'm jumping too early, and this is probably... Oh dear. I did not want the sweet that time. This is probably a problem of switching from emulator to console. The point that I'm used to jumping at from my practice is not good anymore. It's too early. But it's okay. I didn't practice for too long on emulator, so I can retrain my muscle memory very quickly. That is not how you're supposed to do that. Maybe I'll just bait the second one like that, so we don't have the same mistake. Here? Yes. That'll do. I forgot to do the little shimmy through that thing there. I remembered it at the last second. That shimmy wasn't too difficult to do on PC, on a PlayStation 3 controller. It will, of course, be different on a Genesis controller. Is it now I go? Yes, it is. Then I stand at this door, I think. Nearly. We nearly had that. I was nearly impressed with myself. Encouraging stuff. Right, let's see if we can get the stapler jumps. I think mechanically speaking they're exactly the same as the seesaw jumps, and I got one of those after a while. That was it, but I banged my head. I probably shouldn't be going for this, because this saves almost no time whatsoever. I'll go for the next one, because the next one does save some time. This one. Okay, not good, but first time trying it on console. Well, not first time, but we don't have much experience, so it's okay. I feel like I lost a lot of time in that section where I could have just gone a bit faster. Curse you. Curse you. We got the long jump straight to the cork though, that's pretty good. Okay, remember what we practiced on this stage? You have to have 3 hit points in order to just face tank everything. I don't have 3 hit points, so we're going to have to do the incredibly risky maneuver in order to get the vulnerability. Whew, here we go. Got it. Alright. That's my breather level over. How I managed to lose some time in that section, I've no idea, but I did. Alright, run and cape at the start. Missed the second cape, very important. Missed the 4th cape, also important. Not the fastest, we could have killed a sort of 1 cape earlier, but not the worst either. Mistakes like that I can let go, that's not an issue. It's deaths we need to cut out of the run first of all, before we start worrying about saving a few seconds on a boss fight. Also, for what it's worth, I can barely remember how to do this level. I know this one you have to slow down a bit on, otherwise you go too fast and die. It's an annoying thing in speedruns where you have to slow down a bit, because then you have to judge exactly, well, how much do I need to slow down? And it's not as simple as you think it is. But that'll make fractions of seconds of difference, so yes, eventually we'll have to look into that, but not yet. Skip that bag, it has a power-up in it that slows us down. Because it has a long animation. At this point I'm conscious that I want to be as far to the right as I can be, because if I'm not far right enough I will lose time on this auto-scroller, but I didn't. I was right at the edge of the screen, that's good. Here comes the lag. I don't know why this stage lags so much, but it does. I think I'm supposed to turn that light on, but I think it's only because it helps me see what's going on. I should test if doing this section with the light on and off makes any difference to the lag. Because it lags really badly at the end there, but it might be better or worse with the light on. I'm not sure. Someone's probably tested it. That's not good. Oh, well, one hit's probably enough. One hit was not enough. Putting the light on seems worse. All jokes aside, it actually did feel like it was more lag with the light on. I'll test it more thoroughly later, it's not my concern at the minute. But I am always thinking, when I'm playing speedruns, I'm always thinking, yeah, is this the fastest? Could this be make a difference? Should I try this out? And then usually I'll go to emulator, load up something with a frame counter and try it more scientifically later, not going for any of the crouch boosts there. The hit detection on some of these enemies is a bit odd for my tastes. We'll get used to it, I suppose. Damn. Nearly a very nice kill on him, but not quite. Now we get ready to end the splits. Which happens on the fade out. No, it's not sub 20 with about 5 deaths. What are we ever gonna do? We should just give up. No, we don't give up. But there you go. That's what my first attempt of this game looks like. It's not impressive. It's not gonna be submitted to the leaderboards. It's just, that's what it looks like. That's honestly what it looks like when you start speedrunning a game. It's not gonna be clean, it's not gonna be pretty, but just keep going and get the run finished. Like I say, you need practice at the later parts of the game, and you need to see what's going to be a high pressure moment later on, what you're going to struggle with. Oh, that's good stuff. But hey, that's my first run. What I will do now is I will probably immediately do another run or two to get a feel for the whole game overall, because I think that's important. And then once I've done, let's say, 3 runs through the whole game, I will pick specific areas that I think I need to practice. The parts that are most likely to trip me up. For now, I will focus on parts that are going to end the run completely, so places where I may die. Once I get to a point where I don't really die anymore, then I will focus on speeding up certain sections. But for now, we just want to get a clean run through the game where we don't die. That's goal A of any speedrun. Except for one with death warps. Forget about that. So that is what I'm going to do now. I will probably do that off camera, get some practice, and I will film another diary entry thing when I feel a bit better, and then that is when we will start going for 16, I guess. Maybe. I don't know what kind of time you get if you just play through the game without dying at all. Maybe that is just 16 by itself. I don't know. And you probably don't know either. But you'll find out if you join me next time. And hopefully you'll join me for that. Kind of redundant overlapping of join me for that there, but we work with what we've got. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.